Alright guys, welcome back. We are about to head into game number 4 of our series. On Plague up 2-1 in the series so far. Every game has been back and forth, close. We don't know who's going to win any game, but that was the first game that Red Side won. Was our third game, and so now Targon have selected Blue Side again here, going into game number 4, and this is now match point. This is win or go home for them. What are they going to bring out? I mean, we saw the Vayne last game. Do they go back to the Vayne? I thought the Poppy had its moments, looked good sometimes, but also, in lane, I think
it was highly aggressive, but I think sometimes where it looked rough is when we were forcing plays.
Yep.
Just over forcing, trying to find it out, and just not quite having the resources to get to it.
Yep. So, the prio on Sejuani has been very high this series. The Pantheon picked for Frankfurt top lane, taken away from Reds in the mid lane. So we'll see what we get in terms of champion selection here. I think that is kind of going to determine, but we've seen Smolder, Jarvan, Sejuani kind of rise to the top of the prior order. Not to mention Nami, actually, who we've seen in all 3 games, 100% prevalency.
Yeah, and we've seen the Pantheon now go both directions. Reds go for Ahri and Diana. It's exciting to see everything come through. It's telling where these bans and the champion select has progressed. And we've got now Zaun Plague again on the red side. Do we see a continued force of the Smolder ban on the red side, along with the Gangplank and Urgot for the first round?
I think if you're Zaun, you don't need to change it. You're going to Gangplank or Urgot Smolder. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that we were just talking about really quickly was that Sona ban that we've seen come through. And do we see that lifted and then something else come out instead? It could be the Jarvan, for example.
What do you think is the threatened combination with the Sona? What are they worried about coming out with Sona? Because I think for bot lane, it's always about thinking about them in context. We've got the AD carry, you got your support. I think trying to target Agateo's marksman carry pool is tough because he's just got a lot of depth there. He's got a lot of practice. And then Ivern coming through as the continued ban against Whittle Guy. Season 2 MVP. Yeah, Mr. Ivern himself.
Let's head into it because they've gotten us started here.
Yeah, nothing much to see.
I think it's just the Sona's just a Yoni pocket pick, and so he's still playing Enchanters. He's gotten 2 Nami games. I don't see a need necessarily, and I think if we target a little deeper, I would like to see maybe the Jarvan instead of the Sona. But let's see what they decide is the way forward. They've already banned out the Ivern. Here's the Malphite again, hovered. So we've got
just taking away the simple go button from TJ on the side of Zaun Plague. It's where we've seen a lot of comfort for him, so nothing changing so far in the first 4. Will we see the Sona come back out again for the Targon bans, or will we see a different target this time, since it hasn't worked out for them in the last 2, or the last one?
And look, I know that there are a lot of Fearless fans.
Jarvan hovered.
Yeah, Jarvan is the change I would like to see. Banned out Jarvan instead of Sona. But I know that there are a lot of Fearless fans in the chat and watching at home. But this draft iteration, this kind of minutia is why I really like traditional drafting, because you get to see this iteration and these decisions play out live in real time.
And players remain, though, on champions that they are comfortable with. We don't see everybody falling into a place where it's just a comedy of errors. We can still see the skills come out and where you are strong and elevate your play rather than where you've just been less comfortable and made mistakes. And that's why we really like to focus on this style of drafting. Jarvan banned out as the only shift, and then we see a Morgana locked in immediately. So this is, imagine, going either to mid lane or support. And we may see, I imagine, a Sejuani picked up here in the first round, but Morgana is an answer to that on the face with Black Shield as well.
And I was just watching some games from Season 2, and Empro played Jungle Morgana in a handful of games back in Season 2, so this really could go anywhere. We don't know where yet.
Man, what a shift it would be to go from Sejuani jungle over to Morgana jungle. But it does clear very quickly. I'm not sure what its current state is. We'll have to get our Sexy on the phone if we want that, probably.
AP junglers known for their quick clear, right?
Yeah, she's got the burn, she's got pool.
We're ahead of ourselves. We don't know if she's going jungle yet, so
we don't. I imagine
Sejuani
not,
taken away.
Sejuani, that priority remains, and so I wonder if Targon would rather have that back. The first pick, Morgana, is quite interesting to me because I don't think it's on the board to be taken away. It's just potentially what they want to start themselves with, and we've got a Nefiri locked in.
Nice answer to Morgana.
Does not care about Morgana's Black Shield in any way.
Yep. Yeah, solid pick there. Does, again,
Vayne,
stack
however,
the passive with Sejuani very nicely.
Back against the wall, and Vayne is the pick that comes through. Agateo, very comfortable on the Vayne. We saw Zilean banned away. This is looking like a protect the Agateo Vayne that we all know and love. So we're going to have 2 tanks come through from here. It's going to be a Bruiser and a tank to lock up the top side of the map. This is probably a... Do you think Morgana is mid or support? I imagine one of the two.
I think we've seen Zilean support, and so I think...
Certainly it's not Zilean top, right?
It could be. Absolutely
It could be. That would be a wild one, but it definitely could be. And the Sona, so not banned, and it's picked up. So we do have a little bit of validation that it has been banned out all these times. And now getting into the second round of bans, what do we need to take away? No marksman selected yet for the side of Zaun Plague, and we have no mid... excuse me. Presumably no jungler or top lane for Targon Titans.
So Jax is the hover here, and I think more top bans does make sense. TJ also probably hasn't had his champion pick, so we might see the top lane pool pinched, and that
perhaps Mundo or Cho'Gath.
And that's kind of why the Zilean maybe opens up in flexibility, because
Samira taken away.
Could always look to do that. Yeah, the Jhin is there as well. If they're looking to ban out.
This is a lineup right now that Jhin can play into. I think Jhin doesn't want to 1v1 a Vayne, but in a team fight or a skirmish, there's a lot of abilities to keep your spacing and fight from front to back. And Vayne will be forced to come into your traps, and the rest of your team will get you.
I think that, there aren't a lot of AD carries that want to. So
no.
All right, let's see what they go with here.
Could this be our first missed ban? No, Zedlock through. Thank God. We've gotten so much better at Champ Select. And really, I gotta say, it's clutch to be in the client. I love that we're in the client now, and there's been not much of an issue. So much less delay between the our start of finish of draft and start of the games. It really just feels like the rhythm is so much better, and it keeps us moving as we go through these champ selects.
All right, I think it makes sense to see maybe a Jhin, maybe a Caitlyn picked up here as an answer into Vayne. Something that's good in lane. I am kind of expecting to pair with
I wouldn't
the
hate
Sona.
a misfortune to go with the Sona.
Let's see what they go for. A couple of seconds here to go. Ezreal is selected here. Ezreal Sona.
Should be a very safe lane. They're not going to have a lot of dueling power in the 2v2, but they have a lot of poke and they have a lot of ability to fight from afar. So kind of similar to Jhin, and I know that Inferno enjoys this Ezreal pick, and since the bot lane has already been locked in, he's got the confidence to lock it in here.
Okay,
in
so
R4, and the Ornn comes through, as we mentioned at the start of the series.
Confirms it's going to be support Zilean.
Yeah, it should be support Zilean, and we'll have Minty playing Morgana.
If this isn't a jungler, then I do think it is jungle Morgana.
Where did we have penultimate play for jungle? This jungle Morgana, by the looks of it, then.
Okay, there we go.
Curious. I'm very excited to see that.
Sniped from the top.
Yeah, from the top. We were ready for it. It's been a moment. Have we ever seen jungle Morgana? I don't think so in the LCC.
This year?
No, in general.
Yeah, all time? Yeah. Back in season Emperor. Back in season 2.
Yeah, been a moment, and the Mundo comes through. So targeting out these marksmen, not wanting to allow Samira or Xayah through. Ezreal will be the answer, and then a Mundo locked in for TJ. Will he have the same success that he had in the previous match when he's going into Ornn? So it'll be 2 tanks fighting each other.
Mundo's okay into Ornn, right?
Yeah. These should be fine. I don't think either of these are particularly strong against each other. Mundo's passive protects him quite a bit from the... Choffles has arrived to rally Targon. So Choffles trying to bring us all the way to a Silver Scrapes for Game 5. Let's get these predictions rolling. Choffles, put your whole money on Targon if you are really here to support them.
We're going to choose our last side from Zaun with the win in our last game. We'll cash in at the moment, and we're going to go ahead and get our next prediction going. But just like our prediction for game number 3, that was 50-50. Let's see how our prediction for game number 4 is. If Zaun is able to win, they will move on and advance into the semifinals. Something that they were unable to do last year was beat Targon in the playoffs. And if Targon is able to win this game, then we will head into our silver scrapes for the
got
evening.
it queued up. I'm ready for it. But we are on to our spectator delay. Everybody's going to want to see the draft for their prediction. I'll leave it up there for a minute longer. But you will lose it soon. We'll see how it goes. I'm so excited. This playoffs has been a phenomenal start so far. 10K, that'll treat me just right.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I agree. These games have been razor thin margins. It's been awesome, close battle.
Targon putting their money where their mouth is. 36,000 to 6,000 in the prediction poll. Get your numbers out there. Make your voice heard. Take Chopple's money away from him if you so choose. All right, waiting out our spectator delay now. We are on to game 4. Who will take this one? 51,000. The people want silver scrapes, Jax. 65,000 to 6,000. The numbers are here for Targon. Zaun Plague enjoyers, let us be heard. Oh, I'm so pleased with this series so far. Shout out to both of these teams coming together, finding a long-term or player replacements to continue their season, and then bringing us a banger of a series.
All right, so Morgana Jungle, a real surprise here, a real twist.
I definitely wouldn't have called it at the start.
Second game of Vayne, the Zillion support. I mean, backs against the wall, and they kind of go all out in draft. So interested to see if this is the combination that leads them to victory, and how reliable it is if they're able to be like, hey, okay, well, Morgana Jungle works. We'll play it in Game 5 too. You know,
Yeah, just run it back.
It's kind of interesting.
I like the
decision
shift to ban Jarvan. I think that makes sense. I was stunned by the choice to leave Sejuani up and B1 and go for Morgana.
Right.
So it feels like Morgana really needs to have impact here as an answer to Sejuani, and I think it can.
Yeah, I think, again, Morgana, the AP jungle, quicker, clear speed. But Sejuani is going to pair really well with Nefiri, really well with Mundo. So ganking either mid or top is going to synergize very nicely. Swain should be able to just never root and walk away, though. So, kind of hard lanes to gank. And then Vayne and Zillion, this should help Vayne get later into the game. The Ezreal will definitely have the advantage in poke.
One thing I'm waiting to see very much is how does the jungle start? Does Whittle go for an invade again?
Yeah, we'll have to pay
What
attention.
happens with the jungle? Because we've seen a lot of iterating there. We've seen a lot of change around what Frankwood's doing in the top lane, and where the pressure really erupts from these junglers and where people are looking. For once, no Pantheon in this game, so we're not going to have any semi-globals coming through.
What I expect is to see an early ward go down to protect. And what that means is we've
definitely
some more
seen
action
TJ
in
almost
lane.
every time dropping looking for the ward on Raptors to start the game.
So I think, as one of the things you notice is like
Lizzie Nefiri.
as support, right? If you use your ward out of lane, or then you don't have it for the lane bush, so you lose a little bit of prio. Or if you use it in lane, then you lose it for dry, so you have to be more cautious of the jungle, right? So it's all a decision, and it could have knock-on effects. Not every single decision we cover. If there's too much that happens in a single game of League of Legends.
I try my best to spectate everything that happens, but truly, when everything's happening all at once, all the time, I can't keep it up.
80k, 79,000 points down on Targon. The LCC is all in on the Titans.
The LCC's all in on this series. What a banger! Right. Come on, Riot, let us in. I want to see Glizzy Nefiri on the Rift. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Here we are, onto the Rift for game number 4. Zaun Plague, one game from moving forward. The Targon Titans backs against the wall. It's win or go home. This is the quarterfinals of Season 4. Match number 4.
Good luck to our competitors. I'm going to take a second. We'll just breathe, drink some water before everything falls apart again.
And we mentioned it. We're going to watch where our jungles go.
Yeah, penultimately, starting with Morgana, picking up a potion. So, that's what it says. I don't know. We've been looking at that through the season. It's always a little funny to see which junglers choose to pick up a potion. I would say if I'm just playing Jungle Morgana, that's definitely one that I'm going to look to pick up a little
Probably
safety
started
pot
pushing.
on.
And Frank Ward with that ward on blue buff, like pretty much just like I mentioned, right? So defending with that very defensive ward.
Yeah, I love that adaptation. They realized in that last game, and they said, don't let that happen for free again. We need to have knowledge of it. Immediately dropping that ward down. Love that adaptation. Minty, don't eat the second Q. Oh, that's the one tip I give. Like, if you are playing against Nefiri, you eat that first Q, just back off. That's the quickest way to lose your lane into Nefiri is eating the second Q once you've eaten the first one. It's so much more damage. Of course, level 1 with Under the Tower, the dogs aren't going to do all that much. But that is the quickest way to lose your lanes in a Fury, eating more than one Q in a row.
But Jason, he could never hear you. He's in game.
Yeah, but he knows. He knows. He heard me.
All right, penultimately, already clearing the red buff, looking to
starting
try and
Raptors
move forward.
And Widow Guy starting with complete, all of Zaun Plague, starting with complete knowledge of where penultimate started. The ward over onto Raptors, scouting that out successfully.
Yeah, nice ward from Reds after a quick early push in lane.
And Farno again with the cleanse.
Yeah, I think just comfortability. You get to be comfortable with it. I know I'm not the best AD carry, and so I don't like the barrier meta. I always play heal. I know the barrier is better. But I always just play heal, unless I have an enchanter who takes heal, then I'll take, I don't know, something else, right? Like teleport or something. But
what are you buying, Frank? Gonna buy him a little cloth arbor for himself?
Yeah, had some interesting Ornn gameplay where he started Corrupting Potion earlier this season.
Immediately going for a Ruby Crystal in the lane phase.
So not doing that in this game, though, and so that makes me think that it is a practiced matchup-specific thing for him to not go it. I doubt he would have forgot it here, in game number 4 in the playoffs. But backs against the wall.
We've seen players buy the wrong item before.
We would never. Okay.
I would never.
Solo lanes up to level 4 right now. Our junglers trailing behind nicely, also at level 4. And we are just going to trade scuttles. It looks like penultimately maybe going to spend some attention topside instead of going straight onto the scuttle. Is going to look for this gank.
So Frank Ward pulling the creep wave over to himself. They're trying to get out a flash, get out something from TJ, but of course he's got that passive available, and so Frank Ward's just going to continue let the wave creep back over to his side. Widow Guy immediately, they have the timer on these Raptors, so he knows it's open. I can go and take this.
Yeah, very
we'll see if he
respectful.
rotates over to Krugs after.
Very respectful from TJ. Gives the space, gives the room. And now Frank is going to set up a really impactful freeze here, topside. Okay, ganking mid. We have to watch what penultimate is looking for. Bind down onto Reds. The escape, it's a miss from Targon. And so able to escape with the flash. But flash used mid for the hot dog.
Yeah, never root opening up the play. And connecting again, but not able to pull much more than that. Nice to have the flash. Great vision in the bot side from Widow Guy. Flash forward, finds it onto Agateo. Reganin going to be bounced away. Finds pressure onto the health bars, but not much else.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
so
3
many
summoner spells
used.
Excuse me. Misspeaking. Not giving Widow Guy the respect he deserves. Of course, our Season 2 MVP. But I wanted to highlight these deep vision wards he placed after that invade to scout out the vision. Penultimate showed up on the Raptors ward. They know that she's in the area. Looking for the engage bot side, but not overcommitting under the tower. Able to find pressure and then move out. Nicely done.
Red's almost level 6, and the ignite is there. He's chomping at his muzzle, about to launch forward.
Let me at him. Let me at him. Minty Bun, level 5 on the play. It's going to be a little bit longer. We need another wave.
Level 6 hit for Reds. You can just see it, right? And Minty has to back up.
Reds, get him. The Glizzy Fury.
Yep,
gonna be looking for the all-in. Drops the ultimate on both sides. Gonna be trying to look for the rundown. Minty just gonna collect some CS.
It's a good counter ultimate from Minty.
All of Targon are ready for this play.
Yeah,
Minty said Reds is chomping at the bit to get to me. I can smell the drool from here. A good response. And at the end of the day, both ultimates burned mid, and everything will return to a neutral state. Whittle Guy going to come over and help Reds clear out the lane, make sure it stays neutral. No Glacial Prism is available, so I don't think we're going to find a kill pickup here. But there is Frankward moving down to the bot side, and they are taking advantage of this to get the dragon.
I mean, TJ's getting so much top lane, though. And this is its first blood mid. And they trade 1 for 1. Let's watch how that went down. There is ultimate up for Nefiri, so it looks like Minty came just to collect this under tower. So there's the first blood solo kill, but it's traded out. So a little trade kill action.
Little tradesy do. Whittle Guy immediately down into the jungle trying to steal some more camps. You can always count on Whittle to be looking for a little camp steal, and Oreganon knows that. Moving over, going to find the double bomb. Going to deny the rest of the camp, able to pick up the little ones at penultimate, looking for a bind. I like the angle, but just a dash over the wall.
Good Arctic Assault. Good, held it for the binding and able to escape at the right time. Now the pressure of the double range, Oreganon on the roam, backing up some of his other teammates, but leaving Agateo alone here. So the CS differential will start to widen bot lane as a result.
Yep. I would expect to see Agateo continue to play it safe, give up CS as a result of the roam, but should be able to keep himself safe in the bot lane. He's definitely got enough years of experience in the 1v2 when the support roams away. But Oreganon back in the bot side and doesn't quite have the Zillion rewind to look for those ultimates and keep Agateo alive. But again, we've got a game just back and forth, 1-1 on the scoreboard. There's 1,000 gold advantage, but nothing too crazy. It's really just nickel and diming across the lanes. There's a 200 gold here, 200 gold there.
Nice bind here from Penultimately, but just now hitting level 6 after leeching some XP off that mid lane. Wasn't quite level 6
down
yet.
onto Whittle Guy. They know he's in here. Minty and Penultimate.
Here's the Never Root now, followed up by the binding. So much damage coming out. Whittle Guy has to get out, but a nice flash in from Minty, and they find the kill. Now they're trying to escape, but it lands onto his dog head.
Double dog.
There's the Never Root.
Oh, the bind!
Penultimately sniped from downtown. And at range, they find 2 as the mid-jungle duo connects from the Targon Titans.
Yep, the vision down, and then pings down onto Whittle Guy, confidently moving over there, and then dropping the ultimate, flashing forward to stay within range, and chasing Whittle Guy down. And I love the rotation over from Oreganon. We know that he loves to rotate over to these skirmishes, and it really works out well for them there.
This one. Okay, so I think Herald might be, Grublets first, as the Kevins are now the target. But AP junglers actually take the Kevins. They take the Void Grubs so effectively. Look at how quick they're going to go down.
From Reds.
Meanwhile, Reds has found a play here onto Minty. Minty has the level up and will force binding ultimate out from Penultimately. Try and buy a little bit of space. And look at that. They find it in the trade kill. Incredible decision making there.
What a crescendo over the top of Oreganon.
Here's the ultimate in. Oreganon, the Chrono Shift onto the Zillion. Can he get out second time? It didn't work the first time. Oh, sleeve of HP. I can't believe he makes it.
Yep, 11 HP. I think it genuinely might have been single. It was single digit, 100%. It might have been 1 to 3 HP left. And whew, we mentioned that Reds might be stacking up luck. Maybe Oreganon is as well.
Okay, 4-1, and this is the same position that Targon was in last game. They had the 4-1 advantage, but they had some differences. Yeah, look at all the health.
Yeah, we're collecting Giants belts on the side of Zaun Plague. It worked out for them earlier on in the series. They just stacked HP against Lux. Now there's a vein with Agateo's should be able to burn through these tanks, but it is always dangerous. It's a low-range AD carry, and the pressure's going to be on.
Yeah, and we're stacking up in general, right? The Rod of Ages is here as well already for the Swain. So I'm going to be gaining HP, gaining AP as the game goes on. And yeah, very... set up to have a good game. Targon in a good position here, but needs to continue to find ways forward.
Flash out of
I didn't
Reds.
realize how good Nefiri was into Zillion, actually. The little doggies stop the double bomb.
It'll intercept some of them, but it also is, in a way, is rough because you
travel
take double
to-
damage.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Glacial Prison in onto Frank will cause the flash out, but a nice escape with the flash does get away at the end of it. So ultimate for flash, that's an okay trade.
You're
to not
always
die at
happy
this
with that
point.
as a jungler. To walk up top, you get the flash. Just need to make sure... Nice
Nice
dodge
dodge.
out from the Never Move.
The damage from Minty.
Continuing to dodge
and
out. Reds
Swain.
with the fancy feed. Has Ignite and Halo Blades available, but not deciding to go for the all-in. Down a level onto Minty with that level 9. Has the maxed out Q. And happy to take these trades. Reds low on mana and just not wanting to risk it, especially not knowing where anybody is. Look at all of this vision control here from the blue side. Nothing as they prepare to start up this dragon.
Yeah, and this would be their second dragon as well. So small gold lead, a small lead in kills, and with the tempo advantage, they are going to go in onto the objective here. Inferno and Yoni are going to try and find their way forward. Whittle here a little bit late, but should be in time to contest. Dragon down to about 1,000 HP, so the objective will go down. That double bomb from Reckoning forces the Arcane Shift out, and so it's an objective 1 for the Targon Titans.
I appreciate, though, when there's no vision, you're not walking blindly into darkness and risking just giving up the dragon and more. And so playing it carefully, they're only giving over 1 dragon. Of course, stacking now. Hubris coming out for Reds, so looking to try to accelerate himself. 1 and 3 right now on the scoreboard, so you're going to be trying to meet up with Little Guy to turn things around. Glacial Prison is coming up, and there's so much focus on this bot side.
Okay, a couple, they unable to get anything more than a bit of damage. A nice Arcane Shift from Inferno. That would have surely would have been his death, but
You know,
able to
Inferno
escape.
2 seasons ago, Essence as jumps back straight in a line and eats that bind anyway. I'm so proud of you, Inferno. Good job.
All right, important game here. Important for them to find a win. The double bomb again landing onto his little dogette.
Sending the dogs out, so only eats one eats one bomb. Nicely played.
Crescendo in onto Agateo. Agateo has to flash tumble away, and that's ultimate out. What can they find back? Condemn onto Whittle Guy, but Whittle quite tanky. Meanwhile, this is the Swain. This is not the Zillion, so they might be surprised at the amount of return damage that the Swain is able to do. Look at Minty,
Inferno's
unafraid,
out of mana.
uninhibited, walking forward. The Neverroot in onto
Cleanse
Inferno.
out.
There's the Glacial Prison there. Now onto Minty. Finally, the ultimate has...
These binds are on
Finished.
target, even though they're being dodged out by Reds. At the end of the day, no kill will come of the play. And let's check in, and I think really it's just down to Inferno running out of mana, only having a Sheen thus far, and Ezreal just does crap damage until you get the first item. It can be decent burst, but when you're trying to push through an ulting a Swain, you just can't get through that front line to focus on the vein that is burning through your little guy.
Yep, not going to be able to do more damage than the
Smite,
than the
steal
counter
away,
heal.
and ultimate finding the red.
They're
They
looking
find
for a
Dev.
pick here. Nice play to blast cone over, and the Nefiri stays behind because of that interaction.
No, just a little bit outside of the circle, I believe, actually. And not going to continue over the wall. TJ not looking for the commit, but burns his own flash to try to get away. Penultimate looking quite comfortable in the jungle, doing a great job.
Yeah,
Trying to find these steals, looking for the openings, and it's been a back and forth in every single roll. Oh, I'm so excited for the series to continue. I hope we get to a Game 5, but for that to happen, we need to see Targon bring us a blue side victory yet again.
This is a 4th straight game in a row where 14 minutes in, and it's anybody's game here. We're within 1,000 gold. We're very tight in terms of kills, in terms of objectives, but Targon does have the slight early advantage. The way forward for Zaun is going to be scaling, is going to be stacking, and Nefiri needs to, find a way to get online.
I
with
can
the
tell you
hubris.
just a moment too late, didn't pick up that red buff. So I'm going to be sad about that one. Nice double bomb, going to connect onto Inferno, find a little more damage. Nothing much going to stick, and Yoni should be able to heal him up effectively. Eyes on Dragon for the next objective play, as it would bring Targon to their soul point.
Yeah, 90 seconds. They could kind of force this early, couldn't they? This will be maybe our earliest 3rd dragon in the game.
Definitely in the series thus far.
So Ornn not on a full item yet. Again, 6 stacks here though on the Rod of Ages. Minty is set up in a position to try and carry this game.
This might be my favorite series of the split so far.
It's a double bomb over the top. The ultimate out. Will
not connect.
Ooh, just able to escape. Glacial Prison here onto a Reganin, and the ultimate goes down, so that's the Chrono Shift, but they find the Silver Bullets, the tumble forward, as Agateo tries to turn the game on its head, finds the double kill. Can he find a bit more damage onto Inferno? It's 3 kills for the Targon Titans, as they win the 3v3 mid. That fight really spawned out of nowhere, and Agateo turned nothing into something.
Yep, there's an opening. A Reganin drops Chrono Shift onto himself, stays at 1 HP, and does not fall to the True Shot Barrage, just barely going wide. Yoni missing his first crescendo of the match so far. They've looked quite effective up till now. We're going to want that one back. Whittle Guy just forced to eat Agateo's damage over and over, and that Kraken Slayer loves to single down, single target a tank. Reds finding success in the early lane phase, but really struggling as Minty has scaled up with this Rod of Ages, with these boots,
right?
And he's just forced to poke, and he's having it. It's not possible for him to really all in to go for these plays, and so Minty is finding the better of these trades.
All right, Whittle looking for something as the Arctic Assault forward, but Agateo is there to defend his
Reds
support.
Is low health.
Attention onto the Dragon, and Dragon is up at this point. Zaun is trying to find the way forward. Glacial Prison not quite up, not quite back from cooldown. The passive stacking onto Minty. There's the stun will land, and you can see Targon are separated. 2 on the left, 2 on the right of this team fight. Meanwhile, Frank pushing topside, getting free push. Reds has to reset, and so the teams will back up, and we'll buy more time until we go into the next fight. You can see no vision here, but the Dragon already down to half HP. Minty brought into the middle of the team fight. Stun onto the back. TJ trying to find space in the middle. Whittle brought down very low. A nice smite secured by Penultimate. It's a double kill for the new jungler, and the Targon Titans push through, and they win the team fight. They take the Dragon. They put their hands on the reins of game number 4.
Yep, they are almost pushed or late to the play, but at the end of the day, they force the fight and they take it successfully. Penultimate could be caught out here, forced to flash away, but will connect the bind, and then a condemn will keep her safe.
Flash, yeah.
No, Penultimate didn't flash. I thought it was.
No, Red's flash. Yeah, I didn't know if that was a condemn.
I heard a flash.
Yeah. All right, so 9-1, and
Bounty's available now.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, who's got bounties?
Gold bounties available for Zaun Plague to try to get themselves back into this game, and this is the biggest advantage we've seen, I think, grow so far in this series. And so Targon really are trying to push us to a game 5. Agateo is on his signature vein. He was 0-0-1, and then busts open the game along with the Reganin to 2-0-1. And Penultimate on this Jungle Morgana, we called it out in the first pick, but it was not something I would have predicted at the start of this series. And she has gone toe-to-toe with our Season 2 MVP Whittle Guy.
Yeah, putting in a carry performance here on the Morgana jungle. Reganin and Frankward now running into the top side of Zaun, but it looks like neither team really sure if they want to take this fight, and Penultimately is on the way forward, so Zaun will back up. This is a 5k gold lead now for the Targon Titans. Never moved, going to miss just
Inferno's
wide.
got no mana, so there's not really any room to play here on the side of Zaun Plague. He needs to get a reset in, but it's going to be difficult for them to defend this tower. He needs to drop this True Shot Barrage and find it back.
You won't have mana for it, right? So Frank Ward continuing to push forward here. They have found 2 towers. Zaun has yet to find a tower. That could be a way for them to get some of this gold back if TJ's able to push in topside and pick up this tower. But,
yeah, TJ yet to have much of an impact on this game, really just sitting up in the top side. We've got 0-0-0 across the board for both top laners. Nice Never Root when we connect on it too. Minty could be pressured here.
Yeah,
Agateo has early damage on the Whittle.
Red's going in. He's got the zoomies, but he might get punished as Agateo and Minty looking to fight this out. And Reganin is there with the Chrono Shift for either of his carries should they need it. Agateo tumbling forward will find a second kill of this fight. The dash forward from Inferno. The flash away as the Never Root just swings wide. And Minty flashing forward, trying to make the play on his own for the Targon Titans. They've already found both kills in the fight, and they get the mid-tier 1 tower.
11-1 to rotate onto the top side. Reganin and Minty Bun are immediately moving up here. TJ has his passive available, and I think he should know that they're on the rotate. He smells something is off. Should be able to walk out of this one, but Minty is going to try for it. Call of the Forge God out. Passive is already down. And he will be slowed up yet again. Flash overs, but there are 4 here.
Flash ultimate, but look at all the look at everything they're using. That's a bind, a never root, the ultimate, the chains from Morgana, everything used, and he will go down. It's only his first step of the game, but it's a decisive one. And TJ goes down. That's 12-1 kills for the Targon Titans, a 7k gold lead here in game number 4. Are they pushing us to game 5?
They are pushing us to game 5 at this moment right now. Oreganon and Minty with a great heads-up play to rotate off the back of taking mid-tower and then go pressure top. And now we're onto a Baron. They are continuing to keep it all there. Choffles, you should have bet it all. I told you to. You coward.
I love
not believing in the game for Oreganon, Agateo on Vayne. You saw the lineup, and you didn't bring it. Shout out to Kulka, off work and ready to twerk. Thank you for the subscription.
Love that.
20 minutes into the game, and we see the most one-sided matchup so far. 10's a nice round number, so is 100.
Okay, Oreganon looking for a play here, but still has to remember this is a mid laner onto a support, and the Chrono Shift will be taken out.
He's buying time.
Yeah, able to get the ultimate from the support out. A flash in from Oreganon to try and capitalize on it. So that's going to be ultimate and flash down from the Targon support.
30 seconds to this dragon. He's now burned his Chrono Shift and his flash. We'll see if that costs them on the objective.
I mean, Chrono Shift, an essential cooldown.
It is fairly important. You don't love to use it onto yourself, but in this case, I think he was looking to draw a baited play. And then...
What do you think about the
have Minty follow up?
I guess we're not 14. Well, he's level 14. What do you think about? It feels like an early ornament onto Minty with that.
I mean, you say early like he's not 5-1-4 this game. I think it's exactly where you should be putting it. Minty's role in this team fight is to take up space along with Frankward in the front line. Penultimate, Agateo, and Oreganon are focused on keeping Agateo alive and giving Vayne space to play. And the fact that Minty can run into these fights with more HP and stats than he would have otherwise had, in addition to this Roa, is excellent for their ability to take these skirmishes as 2 teleports come down.
Yeah, Whittle guy finding a nice chunk, and Exhaust is used onto Whittle. So all of Zaun is here. Dragon is already dead. That's Soul. That's Ocean Soul picked up for the Targon Titans. Beautiful call to Forge God over all 4. Yoni into the team, trying to get some healing, trying to get some shielding, but it's 1 down. It's 2 down. And it's a flash away as the Zaun Plague have to tuck tail. They know that this team fight is lost, and the Targon Titans sweep through this. They find 3, and the game over emote is flashed. The Targon Titans are feeling good here in game number 4. 15-1.
Yep, huge advantages in mid lane and bot lane, and not to mention jungle, where Penultimate has put on a show with this Morgana.
The only kill all game is the trade kill in mid lane when Nefiri dove under tower for
when Red suicided
blood
to pick up first blood.
Yeah, yep.
Which I like. It's a good play, but that definitely is not going to be confidence inspiring for the Zaun Plague, sitting on the most back foot of back foots as we're in this game. Ocean Soul taken 15-1 on the board. There is a 8,000 gold lead. But there are bounties available across the board. 550, 500, 600, 100, not to mention the objectives. There's 1 plate left on mid outer and bot outer. They just need to stall. Going all in here.
Alright, here they go. They find a bit of a play. Frank, 1v3 on the side of this, and they will try and kind of back this one out. A lot of healing. Again, they have Ocean Dragon. So Glacial Prison will go just right. Call the Forge out across all 4, but he's stunned up, unable to use his ultimate. And Frankward now in onto the fight. But look at the shielding. Look at the healing. There's the Chrono Shift. We'll keep him alive. Red's on the bottom side of this fight. Will go down. It's a double kill for Penultimate. It's a 4th kill. And Inferno, the last one remaining, will Arcane Shift away. And nobody goes down for the Targon Titans as they win a clean fight in the jungle. That's going to be 4 kills. They're going to push in for the inhibitor. Will they find the game? Will they find the win? Or will they still continue to look for a reset? Jason,
I imagine we're going to see a Silver Stripes here because we are seeing decisive plays on both sides. In Game 3, we saw it out of Zaun Plague and their decision to finish that dragon fight and then immediately close out the game. And now we're seeing Targon Titans take the same initiative to just immediately push down harder and harder. They are not afraid to take these fights, and I don't think they should be. They've got that Ocean Soul.
Yeah, one of the things that we've never seen in the LCC, and this
this is going to be a classic LCC overstay as Mitzi Bun is caught out, but he's got his ultimate available, immediately pulls it out.
Counter engage though, and look at the ultimate from Minty. So much healing, so much damage. It's another double kill going over.
This is the point in the game where you're just swinging with your wallet. You've got the
11k gold lead. The Never Root in onto Reds, who is awesome, but he is also dead. And they're going to find, again, Inferno's the last one. Silver bullets onto the back.
And Oregonin will burn. He could have dropped Chrono Shift, but would have died anyway.
24-2. One thing we never see in the LCC is a perfect game. 2 kills, 1 turret. That's as close as it's ever going to get to a perfect game in the LCC. What a game 4. What a decisive clap back from the Targon Titans. And we are headed to a game 5, or headed to a Silver Scrapes. Don't go anywhere, because game 5 is about to, we're about to have it.
Let's get it. I'm bumping the music as loud as I can get it.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for game 5, guys. Silver Scrapes, here we go.
All right.